So let's talk about ERMES GASPARINI versus Genadi QVIKVINIA. So there were some rumors, kind of rumors, or I don't know if they were real. ERMES,
yes, they were real.
And I believe if anybody started these rumors, ERMES GASPARINI was the one to start them, because he also said that in his interview on Instagram that his right is injured.
No,
and
he directly told me.
He told you as well that he might.
He directly told me, he had some, because he just had a Kurdesha match, it is not that easy to pull two very serious super matches in a short time, probably 3 weeks, yeah. So it's not an excuse. Whenever people state a fact, people goes, oh, excuse. I mean, two different things we are talking about. Whatever is happening, if it's real, is something different than just creating a reason for your loss or for anything, So this guy, people with Kurdesha is a very strong guy. And what I will just say, yes, he had some problems, but I talked with him, and then he told me he's gonna pull right arm, and he said he feels his right arm ready now. He had some problem with the brachialis, but he said he's feeling ready right now. He told me, left or right, what do you think? I said, if you feel ready, then pull with the right arm. I said, yes. You get him frozen, all the time. I don't know.
Maybe it is something my poor connection maybe, but the video that I'll post will be fine. It wouldn't matter.
Maybe or maybe mine. I don't know.
No, it is definitely my internet, because I'm using mobile data, not Wi-Fi. But the video that I post will be fine as long as you can hear me clearly. So I was saying that some people like to say that, and some people would say, if ERMES loses this match, and he once mentions that he had a match with Kurdesha 3 weeks ago, maybe that could have been the reason. Some people would definitely say that you shouldn't have taken this match. But I believe this is not right. This is not the right approach. If you had like 80% confidence in yourself that you are going to win, but you had some little injuries, and now you believe your chances from 80 are down to 55% chances of winning. So still, in my opinion, you should compete. You should not give up the match just like that because your chances of winning has been reduced. What do you think about that?
No, I don't think that way. I think that, these guys are very high level athletes, and they have a career, and they don't want to pull if they are not ready. That I don't agree with it. They need to feel, for me, yeah, I'm all over injured, I will never be 100%, It's so many injuries, surgeries, everything, I need to either quit or, I don't know, just continue pulling, this. But he's gonna pull right arm, and if you ask me, even if he don't have any kind of injury or anything, it was gonna be a hard match already. The only thing is that now ERMES's confidence may be a little bit damaged, after Kurdesha match, because he was feeling very well after mask match. But I think that Kurdesha is very strong guy. His height, arm height, and before he had only the back pressure. Now he has very good wrist control as well. During the pandemic, I think he did very good training during that time, and he came to the different level. I think Kurdesha is strong enough to surprise many people. This is what I believe. So Genadi versus ERMES is a very close match. The ERMES's hand is very good, and Genadi's back pressure is good, but he can also pull in. Yeah, it's not that easy match. It is not that, you can say that when you predict for Mask and Gasparini, you knew that whoever takes the hand, the rest will be easy. That's how it happened. But this is not a match like that. Nobody can really know. You can guess. You can say, oh, he's going to win 6-0, 5-1, 4-2. See, I was correct, and this guy was wrong, and this. It's not like that. You don't know. Nobody knows. Yes. Because you're talking about Genadi, even you predict ERMES to top roll him, it may not be possible him to pin him, because Genadi is warrior. And we don't know if you were Genadi, if you had some small injury in your inner elbow, Would you tell people this right before the match? You wouldn't tell. You know why you wouldn't tell? Because you wouldn't want your opponent to know this.
Yes.
But do you know what would mean? If Hermes takes the hand, maybe he won't be as effective in this way now. So we don't know anything. We're talking about athletes like Genadi. I have seen around for 16 years. I think first time I saw was 2005 Europeans. I saw him. And so this guy has like hundreds of thousands of miles on his arms. So we don't know if he's injured, if he's totally recovered, you know, if he prepare himself for hook or the side pressure. Of course, he can pull in different ways, but we don't know. They will probably go back pressure to back pressure, or maybe he will just jump in. He's a very experienced guy. He may start with the back pressure. If he realizes that he can't, then he may jump in, you know, suddenly. Or maybe he will try to risk it. And then, because you remember when you see him with Levan training, they both were trying to go outside. Remember?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, in Istanbul event, they came to watch. After the event, I saw Genadi with others training. He was also going outside, you know. He wasn't really going inside. So we don't know if they both go outside. Since Genadi is not as tall as Kurdesha, and I don't think he's, you know, Kurdesha has top roll Genadi as well and pin him in a Moldova event in I think 2008. Yeah, I think he even got injured as well, you know. So what I'm just saying that maybe Genadi is not as good as Kurdesha about the outside skill. This is what I was trying to tell you. I know the possibilities, but to know everything, you need to know the strength level, you need to know health conditions and everything. So, but I don't think that Genadi will be as effective as Kurdesha with outside move. If they go there, there is a possibility that, you know, Hermes to take Genadi's risk. What would happen if Genadi tries to go inside and Hermes goes to outside? Can he top roll him, or he will be like in between hook and top roll with a neutral wrist position and spinated, you know, side pressure for Genadi, and then outside. Hermes will be 120 kilo. Last time I talked with him, he said he was 121 kilo. So I think that Hermes is in very good shape too. So very, very, very close match. But I think that about the control, I give the edge to Hermes. But you are talking about someone like Genadi with a huge heart, you know, warrior spirits, you know, you never know. Even you are close to win, he will fight to the end, you know, and then the endurance factor will play. And we don't know much about Genadi, about the endurance. I think we saw him with Dave Chaffee. Yeah, but the match didn't really go to do endurance factor. It was like more dominating dominating pressure from the Dave. So what's your opinion?
My opinion about it, I think people are downplaying Hermes a lot after the loss against Kordecha, because what can happen, what I believe can happen between two top rollers, even with a slightly difference, maybe 2-3% difference, one could look really dominant once he takes the other guy's wrist, and especially someone like Hermes Gasparini, who doesn't really have a game on losing side. Like he always loses when his wrist is taken or his arm goes to the losing side. So the difference can look very huge when it may not be that much. And in hook pulling, so if one guy really controls someone and pins him easily, then there is that thing is for sure that the gap is very much. But we cannot say that about top roll. In top roll, small gaps can look huge on camera. So I think that match can demotivate him a little bit. And maybe if he's injured earlier, I was thinking that this match, have you watched the Alan Guerra versus Ryan Bowen WL match? Do you remember that match?
Yeah, I think I saw him. Yeah, Ryan Bowen top roll him, and the guy was defending like this.
Yes,
yeah.
But Ryan couldn't finish him with the top roll. He had to get behind his shoulder and press. So earlier I was thinking this match could end like this. Hermes could take his wrist, but to finish he would need a press. And we saw him.
But you know, we saw Hermes doing this to Michael Todd.
Yes, that is what I was talking about.
Shoulder was Michael's shoulder, he was like this. Now Genadi will be like this. Him to Hermes to do that, he really need to stretch the arm of Genadi like this.
Yes.
If he is in like this, Genadi is like this. It is not him when he comes to shoulder press. he may even be hooked by Genadi, you know, if he comes that close. So he needs to really stretch him, and then at that point, if he can do, he has ability to. But will the match will go that far? Let's see. Yeah, and yeah, you can continue. I just wanted to add.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking initially, that Hermes will definitely be able to take Gennadi's wrist, and then after that maybe he'll able to finish him, because he was able to press through Michael Todd as well. And I can get, yes, Gennady will be like this. Michael was all stretched out, and a similar match I saw between Jerry Cadret and Tim Bresnan. So I was looking at that match, and Tim Bresnan was in total control like this. He was slightly under the table, full hand control, and he tried to stand up to press, and Jerry just flashed him to the side with his press as soon as he tried to
because
stand.
he lost his tight angle.
Yes.
He lost his tight angle, you know, because he was holding him like that because of that tight angle. You know, once he comes close, his tight angle came to here, not here anymore. Yeah.
So now I believe earlier I had Hermes as slight favorite, 55-45. Now I'm thinking with all of this, after the match with Kordecha, I think Gennady will be able to win this match, maybe 4-2. And I think for sure that Hermes will not be able to finish him inside the straps. If the match goes inside the straps, I believe Hermes will need a press. He cannot finish without the press. Outside of straps, maybe he can pin, like Kordecha pinned him in 2018. But that would be difficult. Kordecha has a really strong arm also, not just the, maybe in 2018 he did not have that much stronger arm as he has right now.
I also remember the Genadi of that time and Genadi of today are different Genadis.
Yes. Genadi was
Genadi
competing.
Now is stronger.
Genadi was competing in WAF till 2017 maybe?
Probably, but I think he had some injuries around that time, you know. He wasn't really ready, you know. He had some kind of injury, but was it wrist or something? I remember, even that match, I think he got injured after that match. I think he got re-injured, you know, after the Kurdesha pinned him, I think, yeah. But don't think that there is no chance at all for Genadi to go outside either. Yeah. Because just remember his practices with Levan. Remember his practices in Istanbul, you know. Yeah, I think he can also go outside too. You never know. If Hermes gives so much of hand just to keep himself far, you know, to top roll him with the low hand top roll, he usually goes that way. But maybe Genadi can do some surprise, you know, from outside as well. Don't count out anything about Genadi. Him to go sideways, him to go hook, him to go outside, him to go dead wrist. He is all about the pressure, horsepower, you know. So let's see. It will not be easy. It's hard to predict. Yeah, but Hermes needs to realize that he can't lose any more credit than he did already, you know, against Kurdesha. And now, by the way, if you ask me Kurdesha versus Genadi, I would bet on Kurdesha.
Right.
Yeah. So don't people may think that, you know, Hermes lost because he was overhyped or something. No, he wasn't overhyped. Hermes is very good, but I think Kurdesha, he already had incredible outside skill, but he was only depending on the back pressure. Now he can apply side pressure, wrist control. His angles are closer. I see that, you know, he has huge potential, but the way that he was pulling wasn't the best. I think he realized this after he lost Krasimir with that wrist, you know. So he needed some, not only the taking the risk is enough, he needs to put some pressure to the opponent's arm and pronator, you know, the sideway, and he has it. I think from now on he will only get better. His wrist looks very dominant. I will not be surprised if he goes even further than this. I don't want to mention because some people will like act like, oh, come on, you're extreme, you know, just because he beat Hermes, you think that he is that good or something. You will see. I think he has that potential.
I think you meant to say him versus Vitali can be a really close match.
Yep.
Right.
But the only thing is, the Vitali also doesn't stay where he is. The Vitali that I saw 2 years ago and Vitali that I saw versus Krasimir, Vitaly to beat Krasimir with top roll is not surprise. Vitaly to beat Krasimir with outside easily is not surprise. Just go a little bit ahead, say that Vitaly to beat Krasimir inside is not surprise because he is much heavier. But Vitaly to hook Krasimir and not to feel at all and then beat like this is just an idea, giving us an idea about his strength level. Right. And then imagine that, you know, that strength, not in hook, but outside, you know. So with a little bit more dominant wrist, instead of just pulling all the time like this, a little bit with wrist, keeping his wrist high, then, you know, I think, I don't think Levan is in his own league alone right now. I don't think so. I think that both are there. And Kurdashev may not be there, but I see a potential with him as well.
So I think I will change my prediction now. Earlier, about a month ago, I had ERMES Gasparini winning. Now I would say 4-2 Genadi QVIKVINIA. What would be your prediction?
Guess, no prediction.
Guess. Only guess.
It's just, I don't know. As I said, you know, like when you guess something, you want me to tell you something, what I don't believe. I like, in my mind, it's something else. What you ask, something else. In my mind, I don't know. In my mind, like, I see only possibilities. That can happen. This can happen. That can happen. It is all up to the strength, without knowing where Gennady's strength right now, where his elbow health, wrist health, where Hermes's health is now. Everything, it is, I will only just like a lucky guess or something, you know. But better do analyze than possibilities sharing you than giving the. If I would believe in something, I would say it. Like, for example, John Devon, probably I may have some prediction, even with score.
But like the percentage you give on your Facebook page, 45%, 55%, 49, 51. You give you give percentage to every matches. I will title this video predictions.
Yeah, percentage, yes, but the score is not. The percentage is,
yes.
I call that match 50-50.
Okay, interesting. We were talking about.
That is probably why. I couldn't predict.
Right.